In today's video, I'll show you all you need to start your own podcast. It's not hard, and it doesn't cost a lot. I've published hundreds of podcasts, and believe me, you can too. There are just a few things that you absolutely need. The first is a place to host your podcast. There are plenty of options, but for the purpose of this video, let's keep it simple. If you have a WordPress website, you're in luck. There are free plugins that will do all the formatting for you and generate your podcast feed. A podcast feed is a specifically formatted XML document that describes your podcast in a way that podcast directories like iTunes know how to use to find your episodes, descriptions, and images. My favorite podcast plugin is Blubrry PowerPress. It handles all the formatting for you and includes tutorials for submitting your podcast to iTunes and other podcast directories. Don't have a WordPress site? That's not a problem. There are lots of podcast hosting sites that will host your podcast inexpensively. The ones I've used are podbean.com, blogtalkradio.com, and blubrry.com. The one you choose is up to you. The going rate is about $10 to $15 a month for unlimited uploads. This tutorial assumes you plan to record your podcasts and upload them to your host. There are sites that allow live podcasts, but that's a topic for another video. When you shop for a podcast host, make sure they allow unlimited uploads and that they format your podcast for iTunes. iTunes is the gold standard in podcast directories. If it is formatted properly for iTunes, it will work with just about any other directory. Before you submit your podcast, you need to have at least one episode uploaded. I won't go into the different recording equipment options in this video, but any way you create an audio file to upload, including creating recordings on your smartphone, will work just fine. Once you've created it, upload it to your host, create a description, and upload a channel image and an episode image, and you're ready to submit your podcast. In my opinion, even if you don't submit it anywhere else, you need to submit it to iTunes. You will need an Apple ID to submit your podcast. If you don't have one, create one. It doesn't cost anything. Some podcast hosts will submit your podcast to iTunes for you. If not, find your podcast feed URL. It will look something like this: www.mypodcasthost.com/feed/podcast. Then go to itunesconnect.apple.com and follow the instructions to submit your podcast. You should receive an email right away saying that your submission is being reviewed and that you will receive another email when your submission is approved, usually within 48 hours. Once you receive that email, you are officially a podcaster. Submissions to other directories work about the same way. To reach your target audience the quickest, I suggest you list your podcast on the same directories as the other podcasters in your genre or topic. I will put links to all the sites mentioned in this video in the description. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it and subscribe to my channel. If there's something you would like me to cover in a future video, please put it in the comments. If you would like to talk to me about helping you with your podcasts, please make an appointment at blueshelldigitalmedia.com/appointment. I'll put that link in the description as well. There's no obligation. We'll just chat and see how I can help you best.